Sounds like the TV movie for Golden Girls.
Have an intro.
Okay, our adventure begins.
It's time to break down the game film from PBS's Huell Howser.
This technically is called
Huell's Jewels. Wow. On the Adam Carolla Show.
All right. And again, when he went to the Baghdad Cafe and interviewed the guy who was on the phone but not mic'd up, who was there and not there. I mean, it's weird. Like, wouldn't you call ahead to the Baghdad Cafe just to find out if they were open and see if the manager was there?
You know, it's funny. He is basically, if Vincent D'Onofrio did not off himself in Full Metal Jacket, he might have come out the other end of that war and be Huell Howser now.
Right.
Yeah, it's just gone the completely other way.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
And I see a picture of Burt Lancaster on the wall. Did Burt come here to the cafe, or do you know Burt? You just had the picture. Okay. It's like
Giant scoop.
When I heard that, I was
It's
like,
official.
I'm in.
Right.
And then he went to
And they didn't trim it up in post either.
He went to the old guy who was collecting gravel, and not geodes, just aggregate, the stuff that turns cement into concrete. That was all it was. The stuff that's in your driveway as we speak, entombed forever in the plastic cement, the Portland cement. All right, let's. I think he's talking to some park ranger about petrified wood. See what we got here.
That could be any movie.
It was one of those California adventures I'll never forget. The day, years ago,
Production
I
value.
hiked high up into the White Mountains to see the oldest continuously living things on Earth, the bristlecone pines. They're twisted and gnarly, and they should be, because many of them are over 3,000 years old. There's something to see. And now, all these years later, I'm in the mood once again to see some more old California wood. So that's what this adventure is all about. We're going in search of some more historic old California wood.
Well, I wonder how they cleared that music.
I thought some of the oldest gnarled wood in California was at Hef's place.
Yes, usually you can find that floating in the grotto. Driftwood, I believe they call it.
Ladies who would like to spend 10 beautiful hours with Dawn Adams.
Yes. All right, that is Huell. Do we have another clip of Huell's Gold?
And look at this. This is why it wins that award. When you're standing right here and looking at it, trust me, I don't know whether the camera does this justice or not. We're kind of shooting through the wire fence.
It didn't do the Menudo factory justice, so I don't think it's going to do this.
Real. Just like bark on a tree.
Hold on. She's saying bark grows on a tree. I'm riding as fast as I can here. Huell was looking at a medium-sized tree that had fallen over.
Huell had found the one place in California where a tree fell over and they fenced it off.
Right. Now, what you have here looks like a giant version of something my granddaddy called a twig. Is that what I'm looking at?
When I heard there was a giant fenced-off, gnarly old chunk of wood here, I naturally assumed I was going to meet action great Doug McClure.
Now, you would expect when you saw a tree fallen that it would be made of wood, but I was blown away that it was covered in something called bark.
Now I know what you're thinking. Why do dogs yelp at a tree and how does it stick? No. Here's another thing I've learned today. There are words with more than one meaning.
For instance, gay
could mean happy, and it also means you're in the 1890s.
All right, that is Huell being blown away by, again, a medium-sized tree that
Huell being blown
over.
away by a large piece of wood. This sentence has also been said in a slightly altered form.
I would, again, I think the greatest thing you could do for somebody is have Huell just come by and marvel at your mediocre life. You say you're a postal sorter. That's amazing.
Yeah. Now, this is a porch that seems to have wire mesh separating it to keep the bugs out. I would describe this as a fenced-in porch.
Yeah, that's called a screen.
I can't I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I can't stand it. When I get excited, I just flush out. I flush out because I go into panic. So I've got, oh my Christ! I have to describe this if you can get in there. There's a small room upstairs with what looks like a porcelain bowl filled with water built into the floor.
No, that's a toilet.
Will this go onto the kitchen sink if I dump in here?
No. It goes into a drainage pipe and out to the back.
You thought of everything!
See how good you'd feel about your one-bedroom apartment?
Huell needs to be part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Any kid feel better.
Don't you get wet when it rains? No, you can't see the sky. There's something on top of the walls that protects you from the sky.
That's called a roof, Huell.
I gotta go again. Where's the water bowl? Oh, thank God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, should we show...
Sorry, I just found the world's greatest picture of Huell Howser. Hang on a second.
Here we go. Whoa!
Wow. He is interviewing the Osmonds. And he looks like Clark Kent.
Yeah. Now, Jimmy here does not know this, but once I eat his flesh, I become him. Now, he is looking quite longingly at, if I'm not mistaken, Alan Osmond.
Wow, that would be very sad if you knew the difference between Alan. It looks like Little Donnie to the left or the right. I can't tell, but
they were quite brazen in their ripping off of Elvis's stage wear too.
They
look like they're going to parachute out of an airplane.
Just got his tailor and said, "Make us some Elvis jumpsuits minus all the extra material around the midriff."
Can you email me that photo?
Boy.
Can we also talk about Huell's hair in this photo?
Mm-hmm.
I think he had it relaxed.
Yes.
Yeah, it is...
I use something called a hot comb that women of color turn me on to.
That hairstyle could only be described as the groovy Hitler.
Yeah. That's what it is.
If Hitler had a record label...
Right.
Short-lived dance fad, too.
Would you like to sing your songs on my label?
Right.
Yeah. Hitler at Monterey Pop is basically what that look is.
Mrs. Partridge, you cannot ground Danny tonight. He's got to play the show.
Wow, that is a great shot. All right, let's listen to another snippet.
And you can't say Marie's not in that shot because she was already throwing up.
That's right.
Wait a minute. Look over here.
There you go.
Oh, gosh. You can touch these. Oh, my gosh. Look, and when the light hits it, this almost looks like wood, doesn't it?
These are considered some of the best preserved petrified trees in the world.
Look at this, Cameron. This is...
As opposed to those ones that go bad over the weekend.
It kind of has the texture.
Oh, as I said, these are
Look
very
over
well
here.
preserved. I want to show you something over here on the inside.
Wait a minute. This is stone?
Not interested.
Oh, my God.
And it's always funny, the guys he interviews with always put on their best sweatpants and concert tees.
Like, doesn't get a whole lot
they can't even throw on a pair of Dockers when Huell... How often are they interviewed?
Tree.
They always look like they are running a polygamous sect, but they're on their way to gym day.
It's been replaced by minerals.
It's always, I feel that way when I watch People's Court, like when the chicks have the curlers in their hair and the guys are wearing cut-off sweats and flip-flops. Like, this is court.
It's court.
You don't have a fucking blazer for funerals and weddings and court dates. And then
I still feel that way when I see people wearing flip-flops on the airplane.
Right.
Really?
Like, where are you heading?
I saw a guy in the airport the other day, literally like gym shorts and flip-flops and a T-shirt getting on a plane.
It's insane. I'll see people
flip-flops on an airplane rule, though, because you can walk right through security just slipping them off.
You have to make people listen to that sound.
I see people traveling without pockets.
Yeah.
That seems insane to me. But yes.
It's like they're on the original Star Trek.
Yes, the jumpsuits.
Well, they have an exterior pocket, a fanny pack.
Right. Do we have one more clip of
Plus, they go into an airport, they go into a plane, and clothes that aren't what I would describe as boner-proof.
I was about to say that. You don't
Yeah.
want to be caught outside your house in something that is not going to cover a boner,
Pair of
because you never
satiny
know
gym
where
shorts.
it's going to hit.
Yeah.
Are airplane boners a real problem?
Well, let me give you what I'd call a volatile combination here.
Please.
Couple of Michelob Ultras. Combine that with a couple. I'm looking at some pool toys in the Sky Mall, which of course a couple of decent looking ladies
Right.
lying on a raft. Now you have a stewardess on Southwest who's under 50, who's making the rounds and keeping herself in shape,
That doesn't take
and
much.
a little unexpected turbulence.
Oh, yeah.
That's the recipe
Especially
for
if you
a
have
Sky
those-
Boner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you're not going anywhere.
Can you
That's
wear
right.
boner retardant underwear?
And no matter how much that boner placard lights up, my cock ignores.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
captain has lit the no boner sign.
That's right.
Maybe you don't listen to that.
That's right.
That would be a great pickup line is, the captain has lit the no boner sign, but I'm going to be in violation of the FAA.
Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the boner.
Hope there's no sky marshals on this flight, if you know what I mean.
All right. Do we have one more, Mike? Huell staring
and
at
look
a rock.
over here. Look at the size of this one.
looks
It's
like
called
wood.
the Queen.
That's actually a dinosaur turd.
Oh, my. This is everything I ever hoped it would be. Look at this thing. Isn't it wonderful?
Can we pause this for 1 second?
This one's
The
called the
Queen.
Queen.
The Queen is everything you ever hoped it would be. And
And look
it's-
at the size.
Yeah, and it's not Paul Lynn. It's just an old piece of rock.
It's weird. Huell's sort of smart, because if you want to try to get a sit down with Leo DiCaprio, you're going to have to go through some hoops and talk to some publicists, and you're going to get the runaround and probably get blown off. But if you want to talk to a guy in sweatpants about a tree that fell over,
right.
he's ready 24/7.
How do you know so much about this forest? I live here. I thought you were the ranger. Oh, no, he's been dead for years. I made a wind chime of his bones.
Somebody's got to maintain the thing that takes no maintenance.
Yeah.
It's essentially a rock that is sitting on a patch of dirt.
I'm the only one that knows how to talk to the forest, Huell.
What I like is that he tells people about their jewels. Like he
Oh,
tells them
yeah.
as if they don't know what they have.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Is that the last one, Mike? That is the last
That
one.
is some old wood. Speaking of old wood, we're going to see Bob Guccione's grave.